Welcome back to Learning to DIY. These are going to be plans and photos that were done by my son and I over Microsoft Teams with a CAD program. Some of them are going to be photos with things drawn over them, but this is the top view here. We have original plan, including the original plan included a concrete wall, but we're going to go with something different. So taking a look at this overhead view, you can see that this is the overhead view of the house. This is the deck in blue, and then over to the left we have the yard, and then the short wall and the long wall that we're going to be putting in. The short wall may not even be necessary. On the left there, this one will be necessary. And then down here is a cutaway, as if you were looking at it from the back of the house, because these are on the back of the house. And you have a gravel fill with a drainage pipe down near the footer to carry water away from the house. Down here, you can see that there are wood pieces up along here. I mean, this is the wall that we're going to build right there in red, in the red line. But you can see there are, as to the right, there's the cutaway of what it's going to look like. But these wood pieces up here are going to go. I'm going to remove those sometime during the week, and you can see the yard up here that's going to be filled in. But this is the cutaway, and then down here is the back porch. I actually have 7 pallets of supplies sitting on there right now. So this is the wall. It was originally going to be concrete, and it of course would have sat still on that compacted aggregate, which is just 1-inch gravel instead of 3/4 down here. And then above that, behind the wall, is going to be, after we compact it, is more gravel, 1 inch, and then smaller gravel above that, but it's going to be 2 feet behind this wall. And the smaller gravel is like chat or pea-sized gravel, and that's going to be around the corrugated slotted drain pipe with a sock on it to prevent any silt or dirt or anything getting in the pipe. Then you fill up here with more 1-inch gravel up to near the top, and we're going to have 1 or 2 feet of soil above that. So you'll be able to still grow things, but any water that infiltrates through from the side is just going to filter down through that 1-inch rock, or what gets past the filter fabric, which is going to line above the gravel and along the side against the dirt and down below, just keeping all of the water away. So here's how it looks coming out from the house, and it'll probably have a little turn at the end. All that's going to be filled in over to the side. As you can see, that there's been a lot of erosion there and stuff washing over the wall down on front of the patio, and water actually pools down at the patio because you can see this is all broken down. There are pieces of the retaining wall missing that was originally railroad ties, so that's all gone away. And we're going to add supports in here. Those supports will be and we may need more up in here, more supports, but those are going to be the 4x6, and those are going to go in before we start filling in yard and other things, making the elevation higher. But the drainage down here, the drainage comes down and fills this in, and sadly built up a lot of dirt, and the water pooling there is a real problem. So we want to make sure all the drainage falls away from the house. Okay, this is the other retaining wall, and you can see I filled in a little bit with foam, and we've kind of done a makeshift wall buildup, and redirected the drain pipe here and filled in some dirt behind it to try to get the water to flow away from the house. That's a temporary measure. It doesn't get much light back here, hence the moss or whatever. Anyway, this is compacted down. There's actually should have been another railroad tie down here, but it's all compacted. There's nothing left, and it sat much higher, probably where those stones are or above it, I think. But yeah, this is all just rotted away because it's been there since 1985, and just slowly rotted away over time. And you can see the support there that supports the stairs on that side. We'll pull away to another photo where you can see that below. But anyway, all of this needs to be waterproofed in here on the outside, and we'll take you to another view of that. But it's going to be dug down to the footer on this side. Water pooled here. It soaked the corner of the house, and water infiltrated. So you can see here, we did fill in a lot of dirt to try to get the water to temporarily go away from the house, and it actually stopped leaking inside because of this dirt fill right here. And we're going to hopefully cut most of that away when we dig down to the footer and kind of make a gradual slope, and then also put a drain pipe in to take the water away from the house. We're gonna dig down and waterproof the foundation after I power wash it, and on the foundation here, just for better energy efficiency, I'm going to apply insulation panels. They're like foam on one side, and we'll put those on with an adhesive. On the other, it's stucco. So it'll look kind of cool, hopefully. Otherwise, it doesn't matter what it looks like. And I'm going to lose my pumpkin, but that horrible bush is going to go away too. Okay, so yeah, hopefully all this fill will allow us to make a little bit taller retaining wall, but that should be up level, not quite up to the deck or anything. But right back here, you can't see behind there, but there's like more space, but all that needs to be filled in. And when we put the retaining wall in, it'll be at a higher elevation and hopefully have no leakage down into the yard. And the deck will be shored up and more supported at the same time. Down here, all of this grass is going to go away. All of that has to be scraped back away from the porch because it was eroding and put back up on the hill, so that when the wall comes out from the house, it's going to have a higher level of soil. Like I said, hopefully this wall won't be necessary, but we definitely want to use some of that soil and put over on this side above the wall, and to get the drainage off of the patio that's happening right now where water pools down there. Hopefully all of this works out. I have a thought that it's going to look much more attractive, and not that we're looking for a major curb appeal, but this wall right here has perpendicular beams underground that also have to come out, so all of that has to come out, and 2 foot behind that wall is going to be gravel, and for all the drainage, it'll be very good. I hope that works out, and those are our plans. I'll go into materials more later, but this wall with the gravel behind it and the drain pipe sloped downward away from the house should get all the water away from the house. And I'm looking forward to building that wall. I will say one more thing about this: the pipe wrapped in fabric, filter fabric, and the filter fabric along the outside of the pipe, as well as along the dirt and with the pea-sized gravel, should give us really good drainage for any water that comes through that filter fabric. It doesn't come down there behind the wall. We just have anything that can inundate the gravel wrapped in filter fabric, and anything that can inundate the piping. So just wanted to make another quick note on that because of the importance of that filter fabric. Okay, so that's pretty much where we sit, and we're gonna come back later and we'll talk about the kinds of materials, this filter fabric and the aggregate, the 1-inch gravel, and I'll get you pictures of that, video of everything that we have at the house right now, our supplies, and go from there. And really appreciate you going over these plans with me. Having switched back and forth from PVC to the corrugated pipe running through this gravel, there have been a few changes going from concrete to paving blocks, so a lot of interesting changes. So thanks for learning with me, and we'll get to the materials and the actual building of the wall. We'll get a lot of footage of that for you guys. So thank you very much. You can see, one other thing, we did record this on the 24th of July, and it's now, we're getting into August. We're starting the project on the 12th. So hopefully all of this will come together. I'll keep you informed, and keep you informed of any other changes on the fly. Thanks so much for learning with me.